Hello teachers, this is Josh Bingham again, and I'm going to make another video on Quizizz because there have been some updates to this application, and just want to show you some of the new features. Quizizz, you start by going to Quizizz.com, and this is really just an online formative assessment resource that will automatically grade the quizzes for us and give us some pretty good data on students as well. So once you are logged in to Quizizz.com, you're gonna see four. Obviously, go ahead and create your account, but you're gonna see four main tabs at the top. The first tab here is public. We're just gonna go through these one by one. In public, inside of public, when I scroll down through here, I see the featured quizzes. These are ones that teachers have already created. I can look through those. I can see who created them. Also, I can see a grade level range. Well, this is made for 7th grade. This is made for 11th and 12th graders, up into the university. So you can kind of scroll down through there and see the different grade levels. If you see one that says K to University, that probably just means the teacher, when they were creating it, did not see the little slider to adjust what grade level their quiz was for. So you might have to go ahead and click on that one to see if it's worth using or not. As you see, as I'm scrolling over these quizzes, on the right side, I get a preview of what the questions are inside the quiz. So that'll give me a pretty good understanding of whether I want to use that or not. Once I find one that, let's say I want to use, it's got 16 questions, I'll go ahead and click on this quiz. And so now I can scroll down and see the exact questions and answer choices. And by clicking on the eyeball over here, see exactly the answer choices that this person who created the quiz marked it correct as. Alright, so now I've got a couple different options. I can play this live right now with my students, and so we can, by clicking play live, it'll give me a code for the students to go into join.quizizz.com and play this game. I can also duplicate it though, and I want to show you this feature because once you duplicate the quiz, it's going to make you now the owner of this new quiz. So now I have the ability to go in and edit this quiz. So maybe 16 questions were too much. Maybe you want to go in and add some questions and different things right here. You can do that from the edit page. So I'm going to come here and I can scroll over, and if I don't like the question, I can just click the trash can beside it. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes, delete it. So now I'm down to 15 questions. So you see how easy that process is. You can also duplicate the questions, and change one or two words and change the question completely. Inside, when you're editing the quiz, you've got a couple different features. Down the bottom left-hand corner, you can add a new question. So you see how that works there. You can add your answer choices, and then you can choose which one is going to be considered correct. You can also add an image to the question itself. So I can, if I click on Add Image, I can either bring one up from my computer, or I can just search straight from the URL on the internet and bring that image over. You've got some superscript and subscript here, as well as different color choices in your text. If you click on the little symbol button, you do have some different symbols to use for math or science or whatever it might be you're working on. So just know that those are there and available for you. The best thing I like about Quizizz and creating my own quizzes or editing one that's already created is the search for questions option. So obviously we're doing a question here on economics. So when I come up here, I can search economics, and it's going to search this database for all economics related quizzes. So now I can come in here to this one and look at the questions that are in this quiz. Same way right here. Once I find one that I like and I want to use that one, all I have to do is click the red plus button, and it sticks it directly into my quiz. So now I can go and choose the best questions from all the different quizzes online to make my own. Love that feature. It makes it really easy to collaborate and kind of use other teachers' resources to make your own quiz. Once you're finished creating your quiz, you click the green Finish button. Here's the little slider, and I think sometimes teachers just skip right over it instead of changing this. So maybe this is a 10th or 12th grade quiz. You can come down through here and choose the subjects if we want. Keep coming All right, and I can tag it with topics and then individual tags that I create myself. Once I'm done, I click Finish and Create. And so now I'm ready. Now this is my quiz, the one I edited, but we're still back here on the same page. So to play live with the students, I would click the Play Live button. Now I have some different settings inside here. I really love, one of the things I like about Quizizz versus Kahoot are all the settings you can change. So obviously I can jump with my questions, answers, and these options here. But the game settings really can change it from being a game to an actual formative assessment, or if we want to really take data. So do I want everyone to see the leaderboard and make it a game, or do I want to turn that leaderboard off so everyone's just at their own pace and they don't see what other students are scoring? I can turn that off. Question timer. Students get more points for the faster they answer. Great if you want to play it as a game, but maybe I want to take this as, actual data, so it'll help me drive my instruction for the next week. Turn that question timer off. And then the memes or the different funny pictures after each question, you can turn that on and off as well. So you see kind of some of those features you can set. But once you're done, you click Proceed. It brings you to this page. So now students are just going to go straight to join.quizizz.com, and then they're going to enter this code 33497, and they're ready to play your game. So pretty simple and easy way to play live right there inside of Quizizz. Really, that was the public. We looked at the public, but also the create section as well, because we went in there and edited the quiz. So we'll go ahead and skip to create. Once I do create, you kind of set it up from scratch, where you name your quiz, and you can add an image if you want. Public or private, I recommend leaving them all public, because that's the point of an application like this, is to share your resources with other teachers. And then the same things we talked about in this, just starting from scratch. But really, if you start from scratch, remember to use that search for questions button, which really makes it easy to come up with a cool quiz. All right, My Quizzes is the third tab I want to talk about. This is where all the quizzes you have either created from scratch, or ones that you have made a duplicate of and changed it around. So here's that one that we just made a duplicate of and changed it around. So I have 16 questions here. So I can see that question 15 that I just added to it. So this is a quick and easy place to always get back. Now, when I talked with the creators of this application, they said they're going to eventually put in a folder option so you can sort your quizzes in this section. And I'm really anxious for that to come out, because once you get a whole bunch of quizzes, it does start to make it hard to find them. But you can always search within your quizzes to find those. Once your students are done taking the quiz, you can export the results as soon as they're finished, but you can always come into My Reports and do that later on. So maybe this quiz I gave 8 days ago at Central High School, I can go ahead and view that report. And if I need to, download that into an Excel spreadsheet. So once you click that, it gives you a nice little spreadsheet, a nice little document to refer back to. You can see the students and how they scored. You can also see that item analysis piece and go through each question by question and see how, so here it is. So I see the teachers at the top, and I can also go across horizontally to see kind of that item analysis and who, we didn't just attempt all these, but who got them correct and who got them incorrect. I can scroll down through here also and see the percentage, the accuracy percentage of those scores. So really good data reporting involved in this as well. One thing I noticed that teachers like is to come here, and I've seen second grade teachers use this, and literally they'll just search second grade, but they search their, like mathematics. So one thing, when you're in that public, you can search second grade mathematics and come up with some pretty quick and easy problems to work from. Something I wanted to show you. Also, the homework option, which is fairly new. So let's say I wanted to send this quiz out to my students. We looked at Play Live, where it gives us the automatic code right then, but there's also this homework feature. So when I click on the homework feature, I can set this. Today's March 2nd, so I can set this, a week from today if I want, and this will be open all week. So once again, I have all those questions and game settings that I can change. But once I click proceed, now I can rotate my students through this quiz. Maybe I don't have enough devices in the classroom, or maybe I just want them to be able to get on at home and attempt these quizzes. So it'll stay open for at least 1 week. You also have the share on Google Classroom. So if you're using Google Classroom as your virtual classroom environment for your students, try the share on Google Classroom option. Now, what I'm seeing is I can send this directly to specific groups, and it will show up right there inside their Google Classroom. So I can send this to my CAMS group. I can make this an assignment or a question or an announcement. And then once you do that, it just throws it right there inside your Google Classroom. Now, one of the things, as soon as you click assign, one of the things the teachers are telling me is it's not pulling over their usernames correctly just yet. So that's something that I have a ticket in with Quizizz, and they should be getting that fixed pretty soon. But you can always just take that link and stick it right into Quizizz and have them put in your game code and play it for homework as well. So pretty much all the new features inside Quizizz. Like I said, I really like it, especially for those adjusting the game settings. If I want it to be a game, it can. If I want it to be a formative assessment, give a safe through this and get some accurate data, I can do that as well. Thank you guys, and always remember to email me at joshua.bingham@carrollcountyschools.com if you need any help.